Adapt Remains. My name is CouchCoop. Welcome to patch 1.13. Happy 4th of July to my American brethren. We're going to have a look at the new additions they've added with this patch, and we're going to run a performance test in performance. I'm also going to have a muck around with the VSync for the first time. Straight off the bat and immediately when you log in, you're going to be rewarded retrospectively armor items from previous game accomplishments and bosses. My list is not that extensive, annoyingly. I have seen some people get an unbelievable amount of loot here, but log straight in, you'll be met with the list immediately. It's put into your chest. Go and have a look at it. Now, the next exciting thing to occur, and this one particularly applies to me, I have been asking for it for a while, and it's removal of the heads-up display. Now, it's gone for the map and the status, which is in options and in gameplay. It's right at the bottom of that list. I would love to see an option for everything to be stripped off, including the pick stuff up prompt, but this is absolutely amazing, and it puts me closer to making my montage. My first ever semi-HUDless Crimson Desert gameplay right there. Let's go through some of the notes. I will timestamp the performance test. We've got more cool stuff for Domain and Oongka, and they can also now enter the Abyss. You've got 39 new pieces of equipment in total. We've got extra crafting recipes for different types of carpet. We're all asking for that. And they've added some special attacks to Flame Knight, crafting recipes for the Lightning Bolt plate armor, Scorched Flame plate armor, and Frost Cursed plate armor. So those two other characters are now on par with equipment, move sets, and crafting abilities as Cliff. That's pretty excellent. For the first time, we haven't had another 15 pet slots added, but we have had the Hunter's Sigil, which allows a bird pet to retrieve prey and gatherable items suited to their specialities when equipped. Summon pets will now also rest together with the character when they're in bed, which is amazing.
How dare you lay your greedy hands on my gold! You'll pay for it with your life!
Just a little bit of patch 1.12 here, and all of this footage so far has been balanced with sharpening on, RT on, and 4K on. Carpet crafting recipes can now also be bought from the shops, by the way. Let's go through that main improvements tab. So they've changed certain disguise outfits so they can be dyed. Improved most weapons and secondary weapons so they can also have a colour change. Now Iron Eagle and Phoenix can now equip that Sigil of Valor. Improved gathering so that up to 3 fireflies can be obtained when gathering from a firefly colony. Don't know anything about that. Improved puzzles so that they can now be completed with scatter shot. Fixed an issue where the auto track target would switch to another quest in certain situations. Fixed an issue where robos would briefly sink underwater when used. That one was fun. Fixed an issue where the wagon would disappear if it was destroyed during a sack of pepper quest. Fixed an issue where Moran would disappear when combat started after tracking Moran, the Mistwood Huntsmaster. If that makes any sense to anyone out there, please put it in the comments. Fixed an issue where crimes using tools could be committed without fines during memory fragment playbacks. Cheeky. If the player sold furniture that was not being sold at a furniture shop and then repurchased that furniture, all items in the repurchase menu would disappear. Fix an issue where Duane could not travel on horseback during that skilled in archery quest. We are nearly there.
Up there.
Fixed an issue where contribution would increase abnormally in certain situations. I never had that, I swear. Changed the Bleed Bandit's Alchemy Explosive Pack so that its durability decreases each time it summons a bomb. Fixed an issue where during the Hand of Deliverance quest, if the injured soldier was rescued first, the previous subquest would not be completed. And fixed an issue where certain attacks of Antombra's Spear would activate from an abnormal position. Holy crap. No wonder that took 2 weeks to come round. Have they fixed the issue with the performance? More importantly. Okay, that's coming up. So just quickly, I do want to just blow my trumpet. I've got this wind shield thing. It's a bit like the bomb shield with the parry doing something. I'm still trying to work it all out, but it's great to see weird shields still coming up. Just before we go into this performance test, I've been doing these patches for a couple of months now. One of the most frequent comments is people who own a base level PlayStation 5 and they are concerned about making the jump to Crimson Desert because of the reported performance issues. I am here to say unequivocally, make the jump. It's a hell of a game and you know what's happening at the end of the year with GTA 6. The smooth well outweighs the rough by a long stretch, and we've also got a lot of patch roadmap coming up. So just to confirm, this game is excellent on a base level PlayStation 5, despite its performance issues and how some of the trees look in the wind. I do also want to say a big thank you to all the real ones who have been watching these videos religiously. That's a long stretch, and I put together a little song just to describe how things have been going with the performance mode so far. Up above the trees and houses, me and my wife and flying high. Switch it on to performance mode and it's 30 frames right in the eye. Diddle-diddle-diddle. Okay, brace yourselves. We're just going to raw dog it here. Performance, 4K off, sharpening off, obviously. RT off. We're going to try it with the VSync off in a second. I was thinking that may unlock the frames, but that's normally the other way around with VSync. And seeing this game for the first time with VSync off is going to be a bit of a shock to me. It is something I have been trying to avoid. Okay, here we go. I'm going to stay quiet. Joe Pesci in a pink suit with the shades on saying, what the F is this? This should be a pegged frame rate completely because these visuals are totally low level. I'm thinking we might have a crisis situation with this game. I don't mean as in CDPR getting their game pulled off the store. I'm referencing the video game that no one could actually run for about 10 years after it released. This is some performance mode with VSync off, and yeah, it does kind of help the game a bit graphically, full stop, but once I stepped outside of the arena, did a pan, had a look at the landscapes, whoa, wibble wobble jelly on a plate was an understatement. So what the hell are we going to do, Coop? We're going to sit tight, we're going to stay in balance, we're going to toggle that sharpening, depending on whether we're in combat or not, and we're going to muck around with that particle effect, which I showed you in previous videos. I will link. It's also probably a good idea that you subscribe, because there will be more videos, there may even be more songs. And as a conclusion, this is not the hot performance fix I was hoping, considering the delays, but maybe something bigger will come up with that DLC release. I was Couch Coop. I will see you down there. What was that?